Hello everyone, Miss Webster here. I've had a couple people asking me for assignment number 3 help. Mr. Mullen's been on both today and yesterday at 9 and 1 on Google Meet, so you should definitely check that out if you're still having trouble, but it's been a fun time so far. So I just want to go over some chords and radii with you. We're finding X. So as you can see here, X is going from the edge of the circle to the center of the circle. So this is our radius. Now I'm going to look on the rest of the circle before I deal with any of this other crazy stuff going on and see if we are given the radius. I notice this other segment right here is also going from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle. So 8 is the radius, which means X equals 8. So that's a pretty easy one, and most of the beginning ones are simple like that. I'd like to go down to number 5 with you. One of the hardest things on this worksheet is kind of figuring out where these numbers belong, what segments they go to. Another thing is you'll notice that we have a right triangle right here. So we're going to be using Pythagorean theorem a lot for these. A squared plus b squared equals c squared, and c is the hypotenuse. That is the side across from our right angle here. So this side right here, the radius of the circle, is going to be c. Now we have to find x, which is the diameter. That's the whole way across. So once we find c, we're going to multiply it by 2, and that'll give us x. But until then, we need to use the sides of the circle. So we have the 9.8. This 6.1 here is going with this little segment right there. And then this 12.5 is going to that segment right there. If this is 12.5, then that is 12.5 as well. So we're going to plug in 9.8 squared plus 12.5 squared, and that is going to equal c squared, which is this radius side that we're trying to find. We're going to use our calculator, 9.8 times 9.8, or 9.8 to the second power. Now I already figured this out because I'm using my phone as a recording device, and I cannot do these in my head. So I'm just simplifying it for you. Once you calculate that, now we're going to add these two together. 252.29. That equals c squared. Now we're going to take the square root of both sides. That's going to get rid of our square. So now we have c equals, and the square root of that is 31.76. I'm sorry, it's 15.88. When we times that by 2, we'll have x, and that is 31.76. See, even teachers make mistakes. Number 7. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next page. It might be on the back of your page. Number 7's at the top. So I see we have the radius here is 13.7. X is one of our side lengths that we're using. And then our other side length is this 10.8. So we have this squared plus this squared. I'm sorry, this 10.8 squared plus x squared equals 13.7 squared. 10.8 squared is 116.64. And then we have that other one squared. Now if we minus this from both sides, x squared equals 71.05. X equals 8.4. That's because you take the square root of both sides. Now I'm going to go to the next page that Mr. Mullen posted. Oh, he also has the answers already attached, so you can check to see if you're doing them right. That's really helpful. I'm only going to do one off this page because you'll see it's a lot the same. So we're going to do number 4. The difference with number 4 is it's kind of like the first one we did. So we have x, that's on the side. So we could set it up like this, and then we could take half of 34 to get the radii. If we were to do that, that is going to be 16.7, okay? And then this side is 14.1. So you could very well set this up as Pythagorean theorem to solve this. Now there is an easier way. We have the whole, here's a radius right here, here's a radius right here. So we could, this whole thing is 16.7. If we do 16.7 minus 7.8, it'll give us x. That's part of the segment addition property. So 16.7 minus 7.8 equals x. You'll get the same exact thing. Okay, whether you do it this way or you go through the whole Pythagorean theorem. It's up to you. Sometimes it's nice to find little tricks like that. Let me move this over for you. And that's how you do that one. Good luck. Have a great day.